Yeah, mate, you can judge me all you want. Judge me. Do you know what? Everyone judges me anyway, so it might. I literally pissed in a bottle. This is no joke.
Well, yeah, this is a bit of a rabbit hole. Every time we look at Elphaba, I think there is no way that she can get worse, but somehow she always does. A natural born liar, a UK lolcow, and desperate for attention in any way possible. And today, we have so much more of that calamity. More scandals, more craziness, more dumpster fires, because Elphaba Orion Doherty is the Wicked Witch of TikTok Live. So hello everyone, welcome back. I am Jake Baz, and today we are opening up the vaults of Elphaba, the TikTok equivalent of relieving yourself on your hands and then clapping until the sun goes down. Just keeps getting worse. This DLC installment is a good one because we've got pissing in bottles, living in a dump, getting baited on TikTok Live multiple times, her mum embarrassing her multiple times on a live, releasing spooky merch for Halloween, lying, grandstanding, revealing insecurities, and honestly just being brutally exposed. And now it's really starting to sound like a reality TV series from Middle-earth. Elphaba Orion Doherty is a so-called influencer, mainly a TikTok liver, who delves to the depths of depravity, it seems, every single week. To those that don't know her, she appears to be a all-going, happy-go-lucky TikTok liver, who's at the top of the world and wants nothing more but peace on the social media platforms. But as all lolcows do, she tarnishes that at every step. If you don't know her, a brief introduction of some of the things she's done, such as pretending that she has autism to enter a Autism's Got Talent competition, which she then went on to win despite not having autism. Scamming her fans by making them pay money by a contactless payment so they could get a photo with her. Attempted to take over LGBT and trans events when none of the trans community want anything to do with her. Mainly because she begged on TikTok Live every single week for attention to get money so she could do this transition to herself, only then to go out and spunk all the money on Gucci bags and designer outlet stuff so she could go and flex on TikTok about how well she's doing. As I said, much more, and when she does get caught out, she doesn't apologize ever. Instead, she lies, denies, and then has a blow-off top like this.
What?
Just the usual for her. On top of this, she never does admit that she's wrong, and when she does, there is always a but attached to it, so she just defies accountability as well as gravity. She's always right, and she's always just drivel. Please note, if you do enjoy the video at any point, hit the like button, and I would absolutely love you to subscribe to the channel. We do a lot more deep dives than this. I'm trying to get to 50k by the end of the year, and I would love to see you back. Plus, it's worth a like for the brain rot that I have subjected myself to this video. So what, like, there's so much here, I didn't know where to start. And I thought, let's set the bar, let's talk about Elphaba flexing her bottle pissing skills. As last week she had quite a continuous meltdown on TikTok Live around a load of situations that were going on, and she ended up flexing the state of how she's living. And that includes bottle pissing. Can't wait.
I'm just a mess. It's like, I'm sat like this, right? I can literally do everything in the world. I have a healthy body. I could literally do this right now. I can clean my entire room, but I can't. Like, to go out for me as well, it's not just cleaning the room, it's a force field to go outside. Or it's a force field to clean my teeth, or because it's causing me to actually, like, shut down my body.
Well then, alright. I understand the sentiment of what she's going at. She's having a mental trouble somewhat around her mental health. And something that Elphaba loves to do on TikTok Live is that instead of actually, maybe going and getting help, what she will do is she will project it onto TikTok Live in some form of to gather sympathy, if anything, for what's going on in her life. I'm sorry that you're going through that sort of thing at the moment. Please get help. And the big problem is you never do.
I keep my for 6 hours at a time sometimes. I was scared to even leave my room. No, I wasn't scared to leave my room. I was paralyzed in my bed. I felt like I was in my bed. I the bottle. I'm not kidding you. I'm actually genuinely suffering. Yeah, mate, you can judge me all you want. Judge me. Do you know what? Everyone judges me anyway, so I literally a bottle because I could not go to the toilet because something was stopping me. It's becoming an actual health problem.
You're just finding out it's a health problem now. It's been years that she's been struggling with her hygiene. It's been absolute years. So how has she only found out this is a problem now?
Look. This is no joke. This is actually no joke. Like, I have every capability. I have every capability of going out. I have every capability of cleaning my room. I can't do it.
You have every capability to not show a TikTok live with multiple thousands of people in there a bottle of piss. Like, it's projection. She wants sympathy for what's going on in her life right now, and that is because she has done so much harm in the past that she's now trying to get attention by any means. What she's describing is like a serious anxiety-induced problem, which is things that I've had similar before, not to this extent whatsoever. And what does she do to try and remedy this, to try and sort it? She shows it on TikTok Live instead of going and getting help and turning the live off. Her dopamine system is just so rattled that she thinks that she could do this because it's easier than getting help.
I want to smile, but I can't. I don't want to go outside because I'm scared people are going to laugh at me. And as always, I'm literally having a midlife crisis.
You're 20, Elphaba. I hope it's not a midlife crisis. I don't think you're worried about going out because people are going to laugh at you. I think it's because they're going to insult you because you are a terrible person. She's built this empire herself by bringing up so many dramas and controversies that she refuses to refute or go back on, that she's now stuck in a corner and she doesn't know what to do because everything she does, she's got people trolling her and trying to knock her off a peg. And you look back to some of the dramas that she were in and you were just like, please, could you have just apologized? But she's allergic to it. She's absolutely allergic to any form of, like, reprimand. Because she's the famous Elphaba Orion Doherty, and what are we to say about how she lives her life? But then she'll go out and project this, looking for sympathy. I hope you get help, Elphaba. I've been saying this for months now. I really hope you do, but can you please just turn the live off for 5 minutes? Because instead of sorting out her habits, even if she does sort out some form of habit, she will do it on TikTok Live so everyone could see, oh, she's such a better person now. And she always misses the mark with them, such as here, where she's cleaning up her room, and wow, it's brilliant. I don't know where she's living at the moment as well. She seems to move every single month, and I think that's because she's scared of the tax man. But it's like she's living in a school. Like, why has she got styrofoam ceilings? This is such a weird area to be in. But as you can see there, she had about 20 pizza boxes in there, which is just crazy. Reminds me of the level of, like, Asmongold, where his setup is just disgusting and just shit everywhere. She's got a ring light next to a load of washing up baskets, and then she's got 20 different takeaways all in one. And she makes the task look so hard. Like, come on, Elphaba, you're just cleaning up. Why do you have to do it on TikTok Live? Why do you want to project the fact that you've got 47 takeaway boxes on TikTok Live? And also, why are you doing this with your fucking face on your t-shirt? Such an icon, that Jake Baz. I think I'm going to print out a t-shirt and wear it for every single video I've got. Spoiler alert, she's got merch coming up soon. So the TLDR there is she lives in a tip, and we should move on from that. What a great start. Surely this can't get any worse. Well, maybe so, because there's something a bit funnier now, because the trolls were going at her and they were absolutely diddling her, and they managed to get her to go to Starbucks because there was a secret menu for an Elphaba drink. I don't know how she bit the bullet so easily. I don't know why she finds it absolutely impossible to look on Google, maybe. But she went there, royally got served.
Do you have a secret menu? Apparently you have a secret menu. Like, there's like a green drink with Elphaba, like Mikado. You don't? Okay. It's fine.
Was she actually crying at the end there? All the person said was no. Like, you've been turned down. Why would you go on live and do this? Oh, God. Because if you didn't know, Elphaba is obsessed with Elphaba the Wicked Witch. Which, yeah, if you didn't know, is the West End show. And she's even changed her name to that point. So now she is called Elphaba Orion Doherty, with her original lad's name being Orion. Probably another lie from her, to be fair. She probably hasn't changed her name, but we'll let her have that one. It's just the look of, like, how are you going to cry over a drink from Starbucks that doesn't exist? A brilliant start to her lovely day. Starbucks, if you're watching, please get Elphaba a green drink. She will otherwise cry. Elphaba's mum is also a massive problem on her TikTok lives, which we will get into more later. But today she seems to have done something good because she is on public transport and she's pretending to do this TikTok live like, look at me, I'm an influencer. Well, no, she's actually doing the TikTok live. But the problem is that she's just screaming, shouting, just bellowing out, while everyone else on the train is probably thinking, fuck off. And Elphaba's mum is thinking the same thing.
And my mum's been through, and we've had to go through this all alone. Maybe there might be a switch up. Alright, I'll stop.
As you can see, that turned out really well for her. I think as well there, her mum dead named her, which is another brilliant sort of feather in the cap for her. She's definitely not just a massive asshole that is horrible to Elphaba, and probably explains why Elphaba is so horrible to everyone else. But to be fair, I respect her for saying that, especially in public, because it is so annoying. Like, the last thing that anyone ever wants is some quote-unquote influencer to be doing some shit in front of the faces and just screaming out loud. Like, stop pretending that you're living the high life. It's so faux pas and it pisses me off. And every time I see someone, it makes me cringe inside. So that is just a normal influencer, yet alone Elphaba. This is the problem when you are Elphaba Orion Doherty and you're on TikTok live for 16 hours a day. Find a hobby, find something that interests you, don't be like this. Elphaba in the past couple of weeks has been back to her old self, thank God, and she's been posting as she would. Such as a little cosplays, which are brilliant when mixed with the music and singing. The green face really suits you, Elphaba. I think you should probably keep that. Nothing better than playing make-believe by singing a song dressed up in cosplay for no reason on a random Thursday night with a broom in your hand in your house, which for some reason just seems to be missing a load of paint on the wall. Maybe she scraped it off to put on her face. But the problem with Elphaba is this is something that she does multiple times. Maybe she doesn't dress up in green all the time, but she will sing Defying Gravity from Wicked about 1,000 million times. And the problem is, at the moment, for some reason, I think it's because she's not getting as much money as what she said she was, she's living in shared accommodation. And could you imagine your flatmate 2 times a week dressing up in green with the black witch dress, holding a mop and singing at the top of the lungs? Like, genuinely, can you imagine how jarring that is? Yeah, it seems very annoying. So what makes it really confusing is that when it's the other way around, when the slipper's on the other foot, it's different.
It's music. Would you rather hear Defying Gravity? I would.
That'd be really out of character for your Elphaba. Bear in mind, she's still wearing the same t-shirt with a face on it.
I'm not very right. It's just...
Bless her, she can be funny when she tries to be. Mainly because she ends up looking like one of them fucking stalk birds. But could you imagine music in a shared house after you've been singing Defying Gravity 1,000 times? I don't think I could.
Is that better? Is that better? That noise?
It's just funny how hypocritical the entire thing is. Like, she does it even louder every single time. But then she's putting a blower fan on because, oh, God, that noise is so much better than the idea of having to listen to music. Well, at least music that isn't Defying Gravity. Because she seems to have about 5 songs in her locker, and 5 of them are from Wicked.
It's just not my type of music. I'm into music for...
Oh, I couldn't tell, Elphaba. I thought it was your type of music until you said that. You might be thinking, if you've barely seen Elphaba before, like, what is she actually like on TikTok Live, apart from just doing this stuff where she just seems to be chatting or just doing absolutely nothing, cleaning up, just doing normal tasks, to be fair. And well, I've got something to tell you. She could actually be a bit of a comedian. A comedian, if you want to feel like your soul's leaving your body. I'm putting this on 1.5 times speed. I cannot deal with it because it's one of her catchphrases. Help.
And my little naughty noo-noo. Who's a naughty noo-noo? Who's a naughty noo-noo? Are you a naughty noo-noo? Are you a naughty noo-noo? Oh, yeah. Are you a naughty noo-noo-noo-noo? Are you a naughty noo-noo?
Yep, line up everyone, because this is the kind of shit you get if you wait to go on her TikTok live. Why is the line so short? And genuinely, when she averages around 2,000 people in her live at a time, I see these and I'm like, why?
Naughty noo-noo. And you're a naughty noo-noo. And you're a naughty noo-noo. And who's a naughty noo-noo? Am I crazy? Yes.
Who'd have thought you a little bit crazy, Elphaba? I'm looking at that. That goes on for much longer than what I've cut it down to. I promise you, and I've just sat through it all. It's just so vapid of content, but that's it with Elphaba. She is everything but nothing. It's a blind leading the blind, and she couldn't teach a toddler how to walk. Elphaba is someone who also likes to express herself on social media as much as she can and try and give her viewpoint away, which I still haven't got down to what it actually is. But one of the things that she loves to do, apart from glaze herself, is go on TikTok live and show her makeup looks. See how I said show her, because she's looking at herself constantly. And I'm no makeup beauty expert, but I'm not sure what's going on here. I wouldn't describe that as the cleanest makeup look. It kind of looks like she's poured cement on her face. It really makes you wonder why she isn't a beautician. And the weirdest thing about this is her eyeliner's bagging. What's going on with the rest of it? She must have run out of foundation and just gone for cement. And with that look, you would wonder, where can she go in life? Because she could achieve anything with that kind of art. And well, isn't Elphaba in luck? Because it turns out she wants to be on the next Love Island. You know, where they get a load of model-worthy women and men on so that they can go and have relationships and stuff and just have a bit of banter so they can get their socials up. I'm not sure she fits the part, but I could be very wrong.
This is like me as a person, right? do you know, how many of you guys kind of agree that I'd be kind of so good on like Love Island or something? Or like, because my personality would shine right through. I'd be a yapper, you'd be watching me for hours.
She definitely wouldn't be any good on there, I won't lie. You lot see the condensed version. I don't know if you see the stuff on actual TikTok around her, but she will do this and it'll be like a 3-minute clip and she'll say like 5 words. I'd be such a good personality while she sits laid back in a bed looking like she's in a fucking coffin. That's definitely letting your personality shine, Elphaba.
That's why in the past I've deleted all my dating apps, all the apps I've been on, I literally have just deleted them all. Like, I just want to like do me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, I cannot trust a single person on a dating app or things like the other. And also, I'm so fucking famous now, I cannot be on a dating app because I'm so fucking well known.
First off, you can't trust anyone. Well, I can't even trust you to go for a piss in a toilet. Isn't the whole idea of dating that you're meant to, you know, maybe better yourself as a person so you're on a level so that you can get with someone on a similar higher level instead of just like trying to get anyone that you can on a dating app? And then hell, I can't do this because I'm so famous. What do you mean? She's not famous, remember. She's infamous. Infamously a twat. The only thing she's famous for is her fall off, because I went on TikTok live earlier because I saw her live and she had less than 1,000 viewers.
So people are going to pretend to be me. So just know I'm not on a dating app on any of them. I swear to God. I'm not on Grindr, I'm not on Tinder, I'm not on anything, and I assure you of that. The things I'm on is Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter. I don't really use it, but I just have it.
Yeah, so boys, if you want to come and give me attention, follow my YouTube channel. You're gonna get a Wagwan piff ting in the comments and go and find them. What are you doing? But also, this is so hilarious because I swear to God, every single dating app has an ID verified section, so you can verify that it's a real person in the photo. So the idea that you're not on it just because you're so famous is bullshit. Probably not on it because you're not getting any matches.
Those are the 5 things. I do not accept any. No, I do not reply to any DMs. I only heart them if they're nice. The things, if you ever want me to reply to you, comment. That's literally how it will work, because if you want to send me a message, just do it in a public comment, feel free, and then I'll probably see it, and if it's nice, I'll reply to it, because then it's a public thread, so everyone can see what I'm saying.
You worried about what you've been saying in private, Elphaba? You've only been caught out with that about 20 times, so probably for the best. But the way she's speaking about it, it's so like high level, like I'm so above everyone else. You're not even above the rodents that are currently crawling along your floor, as we'll get onto.
Because when you're famous, you have to act the part. You have to be famous. You have to act famous. All these celebrities are not on dating apps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because most of the time relationships come to them naturally. They don't have to dig around on Grindr, which you've done multiple times, or Tinder to try and find someone. You can act famous all you want, but you're just not going to find anyone, are you? Because you're repulsive. I'm
exclusive. I'm not attracted to anything or anyone ever again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've lost so much trust in people. I'm literally just I'm literally like this. Do you know what I mean? So well known and so infamous, so famous, whatever it's called, that people will just literally pretend to be me. So now I'm exclusive, babe. No one can get this. No one.
As we'll get onto later, this is because she's been having problems with lads that she's been meeting up with. I don't think I've seen anyone talk about not being on dating apps and manage to turn it into a grandstand of how much better they are than everyone else. And then also saying, oh, well, my only social medias are this, and I'm not replying to anyone. So you're saying you're not on there because you want to be prestige, but then you're also saying that you're not going to be speaking to anyone, but then you're also giving people ways that they can speak to you. Make it make sense, Elphaba. I'm losing my mind. The problem with Elphaba is that her ego's in heaven and her actuality is in hell. But despite the actual reality of things, she likes to pretend that she is this big person on social media when she really, really isn't. She's nothing more than a TikTok influencer that has managed to burn every bridge that she's brought herself to. But despite this, somehow she's got a lot of pressure from her fame.
So me being well known on TikTok, it's bumped up my fame by so much. Like, I've got 1.5 thousand people just tuning in. That's a whole audience in a theatre. That's what people dream of to perform in front of every single night, 8 shows a week in the West End.
Some would tell her that about 3/4 of the audience absolutely despise her. Maybe then she'll realise she's not filling up a theatre anytime soon.
But I'm just sat here, talking, having an audience filled of people watching me out of their own time. Which I'm surprised myself, because, you know, I'm very grateful for that. And also, you know, being humble is good and all because, you know, it shows a character. And I'm always humble sometimes, but...
I'm always humble sometimes. Well, you're either always humble or you're sometimes humble. Realistically, from listening to that last clip and half of this one, I would say that you're not very humble. And if anything, I feel like you need to get humbled. And I'm not sure how the 5,000 scandals that she's been involved in the past 12 months has anything to do with it. Genuinely, how is she still going on the platform?
The thing is with fame, right, is when you become so famous on any social media platform, any big platform whatsoever, good or bad, you are going to get recognized 100%. And when you're brought into a bad fame, you're being put on a lot of pressure. And pressure is a lot because when you're put into a lot of pressure, you're kind of considering what kind of people are they? What are they? Good people? Are they good people taking photos of me? What motive do they have towards me? Are they being rude? Are they being nice? Are they going to judge me later on in the comment section when they saw me?
Yeah, they are going to judge you. You just admitted that you have bad fame. That's great. Thanks for actually admitting that for once, Elphaba. I'm actually quite surprised. But I can assure you, 90% of the people that are taking photos of you in the street are looking at you because it's like, oh my god, it's Elphaba. The same with like a Paul Breach, same with like a Daniel Larson. All of them lot are getting photos taken of them because it's like, look at that one. It's not like, look at this kind, amazing, brilliant person, because you're not that. And you'd think with the amount of scandals, she would have had a reality check around that right now, but she doesn't.
Are they going to judge me for the way I look, the way I dress, the way I feel, the way I look, the way my skin is, the way my face is, the way I smell, the way I look, the way my hair is, the way my shoes look, the way my shoes are? Am I tucked? Am I wearing the right handbag? Am I wearing the right coat? Am I wearing the right t-shirt? Am I wearing the right mascara? Am I wearing too much mascara? Am I wearing too little mascara? Is my foundation coming off? Is my concealer coming off? Is my face looking too over face tuned? Is my face looking too under face tuned? Is my face too much? Is it too much in the camera? Is my jawline giving?
This is just all projection, isn't it? And I'm not gonna lie, there are so many people on TikTok that will go out and hate her and have a go at her looks, at her appearance, at any sort of minor thing that she does. And even go to the fact of actually invent random things that didn't happen about her so that people can hate on her more. And I don't agree with these people that are just disgusting to her. I feel like you need to judge her on the character of what she's doing as opposed to what she looks like. Because one is definitely worse than the other. And there's a reason why she deserves to be off the TikTok app, and it's not to do with how she looks. Apart from them LV glasses, she could really take them off. They're probably fake.
Is my side profile giving too much? Is my side profile looking really bad? Is my nose really big? Is my nose really, it's too much. It's too much. That's every single time I take a picture with someone.
So it turns out the entire pressure is based on how she looks. It's nothing to do with anything that she's done. As I said to you before, she doesn't talk about what she has done in the past, which is the reason why she must have a lot of pressure from this bad fame. But instead she likes to think it's because of my appearance, because people dog on her appearance and she dogs on her own appearance. I genuinely think the social pressure, if anything, is all to do with what she has done in the past, but she likes to see it in a superficial sense because the majority of what she does is superficial. I mean, she was doing that whilst wearing Louis Vuitton glasses. She wears Gucci bags all the time. She really loves superficial items. And there's not wrong with being slightly superficial. I think it's a good thing, if anything, in some senses, but for her to put everything on that is just bullshit. And this morality check hits her at certain points, such as when she invites people to lives that pull her pants down, such as here.
I've always wanted to ask this because usually I'll put it in the comments and that, but it usually gets avoided because of how many comments come through, which is understandable. But do you know, since day one, I've seen your content and I've been on here. However, you know, you're the reason for clicking on that live button and for getting everything you are getting. You know what I mean? From clicking that live button, you are responsible.
I see your point. I do. Fair enough.
You are responsible for when you click that live button. You can agree with me or disagree because you're entitled to your own choices of opinion of other people.
And you see, as expected, this approval that Elphaba is giving to this sort of question is bullshit because she doesn't believe that. She's not only said that multiple times, but she will just go on to just chat shit.
For people's trigger warnings or mental health, you going at it, just end the live because no one would really want to hear it. Because a lot of people have gone through a lot of things in their life from either bad or worse situations. And trust me, as well as myself. And we do not need to hear any more of things that have unfortunately happened between you. I know you want to spread awareness, but sometimes it has to be private. I'm going to leave, but I hope you have a good day. But please, you are responsible for clicking that like button. Have a good day.
No, fair enough on that, mate. I'm not saying that. See, that was alright. Fair enough. Fair enough, to be honest. I mean, I haven't got anything to say. I mean, I am responsible for going live.
She's just got all to give, to be honest. Finally, someone hasn't attacked her for her character. They haven't even mentioned some of the stuff that she's done, apart from highlighting the mental health stuff that she has been going on with. The sort of stuff you saw at the start of the video. And she's saying fair enough, but bear in mind the stuff of like pissed in a bottle and talking about how terrible your mental health is. That is about 3 weeks after this. So she's definitely taken it to heart, hasn't she? She's definitely thought about it and she definitely agrees. How many more times could I say definitely for you to realise that it's bullshit?
If I could add to it, I would say people do like to kind of exaggerate things, but I am responsible for the hate. And but people come at me for my looks, and that's why I'm like, how is that alright? Do you know what I mean? Like, I see your point now. I do. I really do. I mean, you're right.
Like I said at the start of the video, she goes on to say, yes, I agree, but. As I've said, I don't want people just fully insulting your looks all the time, but that does not explain the sort of mental health stuff that is going on your lives. It's not only tarnishing you, it's tarnishing everyone else who's watching. For you to be like, yeah, but people are mean. Yeah, but people are mean. People are always going to be mean. I get so many comments about looking like a twerp. Massive forehead, budget eyeliner. Overall dosser, that's me. But if it's really harming you, what you do is you turn off the live button and you stop posting for a bit. And that is something that you find relatively illegal to do in your own mind.
Too much of that, to be honest, because that was good. Can you kind of understand that when I hear something correct, I don't actually come at you for it? Like, I'm not fair enough. Like, I see the point. But when someone's like coming at me saying like, oh, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm coming from.
Respectfully, I remember her responding to me and saying that I've got a big forehead within 30 seconds of watching it.
We're going to go through the recent scandal.
He's got a massive forehead, hasn't he?
Elphaba Orion Doherty and deflection.
You're the one lying. There's no one actually lying about this. It's quite hilarious.
Insulting my looks. So for you to be saying that there, that's a little bit ironic, isn't it, Elphaba, don't you think? I think I'm very just in what I say in my videos. I really do around her because it's been covered for so long now on my channel. She should have been banned. She always should have been banned, and she's still here, which is great.
Can I be honest as well? I don't think it's my responsibility and my thing when people come to my home and dox me and be obsessed with me like that. That is kind of the part where it's not okay. Do you agree with that? Like, I agree with that point, what you said, but if you're watching this still, I don't think it's my fault that people want to try and find me and try and see where I live and try and get me banned from places like that. Do you see, like...
Once again, just disagreeing with what she said by adding other bits. Just agree with it and move on. Why do you have to always qualify it as to, oh, but people should be doing this, that, the other? Yeah, they shouldn't be. They should be doxing you. They should be saying that you should be banned because you definitely should be banned. You put a sharp object to your throat and pretended that you were going to do it. So how could you be on TikTok Live after doing something like that? You can't, and you shouldn't be. But all the doxing, everything like that, obviously very disgusting. People shouldn't do that. People are idiots if they do that. And I don't think when she was saying when you press the live button it's your consequences to your actions, I don't think she meant that. But bless her, she can't look past this very thin veil of a skull.
I see your point. I do see your point very much so. No worries, Radio. Were you nervous, Radio? I had like a lot of breathing in your... Because when you come onto an audience like this, it's quite nerve-wracking. Like, my heart isn't even racing anymore, but like, were you like a bit nervous? Because I could hear that. But honestly, thank you for saying that. And it wasn't offensive at all, it was actually right.
Look at her trying to play it down as well. Were you nervous? Were you feeling bad? Because I'm a famous creator, remember? I'm so famous, I'm so massive, and what you was going to say was potentially harmful. So are you okay? Are you alright? Do you need to sit down? Stop babying her like you can't even piss in a toilet. Once again, Elphaba, I want the best for you. And I think this person wanted the best for you too. And what she was essentially saying was, don't press that live button because everything goes wrong when you do it. And we've already seen it here so far. There's plenty more to go. And now we go to another terrible example of what Elphaba is doing and the precedent she's setting on TikTok Live. Because recently she had a certain drama with something that you put up your nose that looks like snow. Now there's a video that I cannot play here, which it looks like she's cutting something up, or do you know of a bank card? Yeah, one of those. Now, over the past year, I have seen this happen multiple times on a live where something similar has happened, and every single time she explains it away, it's just some random coincidence. There was one that I covered a couple of months ago where her and her mum were snorting off camera very loudly, and apparently it was just a coincidence, and she was just, breathing air in. What she's doing is something I definitely don't condone ever doing. It only leads to bad things and bad choices. But it is something that is quite accepted, especially within like uni scenes or like pub scenes. It is something that just kind of happens a lot. But I think Elphaba has a bit of a problem with it sometimes, and I do think that she has gone on lives multiple times where she's got powdery nose, and it's weird. You know, picking white bogies, just a bit of an odd one. But every time she gets caught, because this was like a background thing, this wasn't on her live, she manages to explain it away. And this explanation for this scenario is fucking hilarious.
How many of you are listening to me? Am I like a little comfort creator or something? So you know that video where people thought I was doing lines, and it was like near a sink, right? I was cleaning up, and you can see a sponge. I was cleaning up the mess from food I made with my chocolate cake. So I had a chocolate cake. So I went Tesco Express. I bought a mini roll chocolate cake, a spag bowl, this, that, the other. And people added a sound effect of a sniff into the video. It's so easy to do that. It really is. And I think creators with a brain will understand that.
Just having a healthy slab of chocolate cake during my pre-drinks, obviously. That always happens. And I also will say that the one that hasn't been edited, yes, that is correct. Someone has put a sniff on top of it, but it makes no sense because her hands are nowhere near her body. body, so obviously she's not sniffing at that point. But the problem is, there's one of these, and there's one where it's definitely a bank card, so it would be a bit weird to be cleaning down the side of the counter with one of your friends next to you with a bank card. Bit of a weird sponge, if you ask me.
And people just like to lie about me, and it's just crazy because when I'm here looking at this shit, I'm like, no, I didn't do that. Like, I didn't. It's crazy. But people like to spread lies, and they like to, I don't know, kind of get a buzz out of it. But that's a them problem, and I'm not going to put my time into that, do you know what I mean? I really haven't got time for it.
And here's the other problem with Elphaba. Yeah, a lot of people do lie about her, and that's a big problem on social media. Because she's done so many harmful things, what people try to do is to try to one-up it by inventing things that she's done and saying that she's done them. But one thing that you will not lie about, Elphaba, is why are you cleaning up the side with a bank card? And then also, why have I seen you on multiple lives with, powder up your nose, as well as hearing some very subject sniffing noises on certain other videos, free on occasion. Why would you go out your way so much to lie about it when not only that, you have also admitted in the past that you have done it? I think she gets a kick out of thinking that people are caring about her so much.
I just want to do my singing and makeup and perform, and my life is not really anyone's business like that, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? If I want to have a bit of vodka, have a wine, that's not people's business, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's no one's fucking business.
I think you might have got wine and line mixed up there, Elphaba, I won't lie. It's true though, in a sense, it kind of isn't anyone's business, but then when you go on these mental health downward spirals on TikTok Live, which are of 100% at least partially initiated by stuff like that, you can't be crying wolf, because you are constantly doing things which are harming your mental health, and instead of getting help, you're just damaging them further, going down this spiral, and then you'll come on TikTok Live, say that you're pissing in a bottle, and say that life is really shit. When I know full well a GP would look at you for 1 second and say exactly that. Cut out all the stuff, go clean, look after yourself. The 3 pillars of just being normal. So for that one, I'm not too sure. I feel like she could be potentially just cleaning up with a bank card on the side for some weird reason. But it's yet just another instance of Elphaba just being Elphaba and just fully lying her way to the bank. She's also very notorious for these lies, and these lies never stop. These lies are constantly coming in her brain. And one of the new ones that I've seen is her lying about talking to Vogue, which when you've been through all of this drama and problems, you really wouldn't expect Vogue to be knocking at your door.
Babe, I'm not going to get into how many people I know who are in the industry that I do know, but I don't want to kind of flex it because that's not what I'm here for. But if you just look on my TikTok, go through my followers, you'll find quite a lot of celebrities.
Ah, I see what she's done here. So I'm looking now at this, and there's a load of random people here, and I can see one DJ, Aaron Bladen, whoever this guy is. But there's a catch, and the catch is only Elphaba Orion Doherty can see her followers. So you got that many famous followers that you've just decided to hide everyone. Or you're telling people to go and look at your follower list to see who's following you, and then nobody shows up. Seems you know a load of people in the industry.
Like, look for yourself. Just look, don't even ask me. Just look who you know, you'll find it. That's it. That's literally it. Like celebrities as well. I've never seen one. Just go through my followers. Go through all my TikTok followers. If you've got enough time on your hands, it seems like people got hours. Go through my followers, you'll find those. I don't know who, because there's a lot. But people, MTV, Vogue.
Wow, they're very famous people in the industry, Vogue and MTV. Yeah, they're I know Mr. Vogue, I know Mrs. MTV. Just fuck off. And I just love the way that she's bragging. She's like, I'm not going to get into this. And then she starts with, I know some people, I know loads of people. I'm going to name these people. Just go have a look. I'm going to name them now. It's so embarrassing.
Metro. No news. I know journalists that follow me as well. Everyone knows me, but they don't want to get involved with me. That's the thing. Like, everyone knows me. It's because of the controversy. They don't want to get involved. I literally know everyone, okay? But they don't want to publicly involve themselves with me because of the hate.
No, it's not because of the hit. It's because of what you've done, Elphaba. It's nothing to do with the people around you. It's the fact of the things that you've done. So it's like, oh, I knew journalists. Yeah, journalists were probably asking what the fuck are you doing on TikTok Live, weren't they? Because it's such a weird case. But I'm glad you've got the Metro paper, a paper that's free, that follows you, because they're waiting for you to have another scandal.
So I talked to a few persons privately, which is really nice because I have that contact, but...
Wait, 1 second. I thought you said that you're not responding to anyone in DMs. You said that earlier. What? Oh, if they got clout. Oh, if they got clout, it's a different experience.
Publicly, it's very hard because it's like, well, I want to collab with you, innit? But, like, it's hard. Like, guys, if I was liked, I would be huge right now. Let's just say that. Like, America, LA. Like, a lot of famous Americans know me as well.
Can't wait to see you at the next Diddy party, Elphaba. Them photos are going to go hard. Think you might actually win at a freak-off.
Makeup artists. Famous UK makeup artists. How can you make yourself liked again? I want to ask you a question. How is that possible? If there was any sort of possibility, how would you make yourself redeemed again? You know what I mean? Obviously, like, people hate a false narrative of me that I know for a fact, because I know that's not me. But how can I convince everyone that is not me and show the real me? And basically be like, no, that's not me. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe 1 month later after this, don't clean up 500 different boxes of pepperoni pizza and pizza in a bottle on TikTok Live. Because I'm not going to lie, that's kind of looking like your previous self, Elphaba. It just always astounds me the levels of self-glazing despite barely having any notoriety whatsoever that is good. In fact, does she even have 1 crumb of good notoriety? I don't think she does. And I'm just sat here, my brain is fried, and I'm sick of her. But she's definitely not getting anything from Vogue, from Metro, from anything else. They're probably just waiting for the downfall. And in all honesty, I feel like she knows that too. But despite my genuinely honest reservations about how famous she is, apparently she's selling out venues.
You're getting vice, I reckon.
I mean, I've already sold out venues before. That's not a joke. Like, I generally have.
I can't think of any venues she has potentially sold out before. The Autism Got Talent one, maybe, when she wasn't actually that famous, where she lied about having autism to get into a contest to then win it. Or maybe she's on about the £300 club appearance that she did a couple of months ago, which she didn't end up doing because she got 300 quid for it. She was meant to get 300 quid for it. And then it turned out that the venue had looked at what she had done and then decided, oh no, we're not going to have you. Don't think you could sell out a living room.
I'm so known for it, it would be a crime if I wasn't there.
Oh, I thought you were going. When I found out you were going, I was like, oh, she's going to kill me.
But she didn't get tickets.
You didn't get tickets?
Yeah, so my friend said, it's not guaranteed, it's a maybe. But then she couldn't do it because she's only allowed to go without a +1. So I couldn't do it.
So she wanted to go to the Wicked premiere because she's so big and famous she couldn't get a ticket for it. I wonder why when it's her thing. Maybe it's because a lot of celebrities don't want to be around someone like you. That's a small thought I've got crashing through my head right now. But like she says, she's known by loads of celebrities and she's super famous and amazing and brilliant. And it goes to the point where even she talks to a load of them.
You'd be surprised how many celebrities talk to me. You'd be very surprised. People in the industries, in the makeup industry, in drag industry, a lot. And I think that's crazy to me sometimes because I don't even expect it. Like, people recognize me, like, from TikTok.
Why do you go on so many times and say that you know that you get recognised a lot from TikTok if you don't think that? Once again, she's just lying through her teeth. So many celebrities and fails to name one. It's so surprising, isn't it? It's almost like she's not speaking to any.
You know, I think to myself, I'm the f***ing shit sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I forget I'm Elphaba sometimes. I actually do. Like, when I go out in public, people say, like, are you from TikTok? And I'm like, it takes me, like, a while to, like, maybe a second to process it. I'm like, yeah. Because I don't expect it.
I can assure you, you definitely don't think that way. In any way, shape or form. Are you really surprised? You're so surprised, are you, that people notice you, I'm sure. I think to myself, I'm the sometimes. You are the Elphaba. You are the the shit at the bottom of my shoe.
Yeah, I don't expect it. Like when I'm having like a Weatherspoons, good old spoons, right? Do you know what I mean? Like a little good old steak, good old chips, good old peas, good old stuff like that. And they come up to me like, Elphaba, are you from TikTok? And I'm like, why are you here? I think to myself, I'm like, why is this person here? And then I'm like, after the food. After the food.
Never happened. After the food, darling. In reality, she's trying to get her contactless reader out to make him pay £5 for a photo with her. And also, are you from TikTok? After the food. Well, that makes no sense. Like she says, she's always sometimes humble, and she's been very always sometimes humble here. I also feel like you can clock people's intelligence on whether they say genuinely or generally, and she said generally when she meant genuinely. I met like 5 or 6 people that do that, and they're all dumb. So she speaks to celebs all the time, and that's why she's so shocked when people come up to her and are like, are you from TikTok? So impressive, Elphaba. But despite all of this, despite all of the problems that she has being this super famous influencer, she has to watch who she befriends, because obviously everyone around her, it's their problem, not Elphaba's. So you gotta be careful in this influencer industry.
You kind of, once you have a following, you kind of have to kind of be friends with people who've got a following as well. So then you basically have nothing to gain from each other. You're friends. But you can still make friends with people with no followers if they don't want to be public. So if you have a friend that is like, if you ever become famous, guys, if you ever become famous or well-known or any sort of notability.
You know, like me, super famous, super notable. But what the fuck is she on about? Why is she saying that you've got to befriend people who are also very famous? No, you don't. I've been friends with YouTubers for years. Some of them have ended up at 10,000 subs, some of them 5,000, some of them at millions. You don't have to befriend people that are in the same social class. It's nothing like that. There's no such thing as a social class because we're all in the internet. It's just so dumb, and it does my head in, because she thinks that it is a transactional thing when you are a friend of someone. Well, no, I've had friends since I was 12, and I've had the same friends the entire way, despite me getting 30,000 followers. Wow. Something you miss is that you're meant to judge people on qualities and not how many subs they've got.
Whatever reason for fame. Just know from me, people have become my friend for clout. People have become my friend to frame me for views. People have become my friend to get followers off me. And people have become my friend to use me. And I have surrounded myself with the wrong people in my life. And I'm way too trusting with people, way too trusting. I tell everyone my life story. I tell people too much that I just met because I'm an open book. Got nothing to hide.
You've got a lot to hide, Elphaba. That's why you're running away from all your problems on TikTok. And yeah, Christ, you are a very open book. Maybe too open. Maybe we need to close that chapter a little bit. I'm not denying that people have used her in the past to get views, notoriety, subs, that sort of thing. But nobody now wants to be known for being friends with someone like this. So I don't know why she's chatting shit.
And people take advantage of me, of my kindness, of my trust. And that's very f***ed up. So I just want to say that I will never befriend someone who will post me on their story unless they've got a big following. If you have a big following and you've got nothing to gain from it, say for example, you've got like 100,000+ followers and you're very well known, you're trending like I am, then I'll be friends because you've got nothing to gain from me. We're on the same kind of level of like notability.
That is, I don't have words. It's so infuriating. Don't put me on your story if you've got less than 1,000 followers, if you've got less than 10,000, but 100,000? Yeah, you could put me on your story because we're both going to be getting something from it. How about you just be friends with people that don't even put you on stories? I don't know how many stories I've been put on by my friends on social media. I don't really care. And the reason that I don't care is because none of this superficial bullshit means anything. And I don't understand why she has a tug on herself in the corner all the time because of how she is, of how famous and brilliant and amazing and perfect she is. She's none of the kind, so what is she doing? It's only hard for you to make friends in the influencer scene because you are terrible. And I seriously just want to put her in the bin and just be like, what the fuck are you doing? But if you need a friend, Elphaba, you know who to call. Let's go and have a nice coffee date. Maybe we could talk about everything around this. Elphaba definitely has trust issues. I think that she really does with everything that she does, because she's had a lot of problems in the past with people trying to use her, and also a lot of problems in the past from people betraying her trust because she's being a cunt. And one of the big problems that she does always have is with lads, with men, because men are the problem, not Elphaba. And it's got to the point where she's just decided now that she is a new part of the LGBTQ. She is now asexual.
Kind of weird that I'm feeling like, really like, I know this is so weird to actually say, right? But I want to say it. I'm having such low, like, libido. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'm practically becoming asexual because I have lost so much trust in men. Do you get where I'm coming from? My girlies, like, I'm literally just like I literally am just like, I literally am not interested. Do you know what I mean?
What a way to come out. Oh, I'm basically asexual now. Well, I don't care if you're not shagging. Like, you can not shag and still be attracted to men. You can not shag and still want to have sex with men. Like, who wants to know if your libido's low? I don't care. Why are you telling everyone? Oh, it's because she's lost trust in men, and it's this girlies moment. Everyone get round the campfire. Let me be vulnerable for a second. It's the same thing as earning like $4,000 in a month and saying, oh, I'm basically a millionaire now. Well, you've got a long way to go because it's not even close. Being asexual really doesn't have much to do with the fact that you just don't have sex. It's about your connections with people. You're just saying that because you think it's part of the course of being transgender and being in the LGBTQ space. Realistically, you don't have a fucking clue what you're saying. So no, she's not asexual, but she basically is, because she's gone 3 weeks without shagging anyone. Like, Christ, wait until she hears my record. And speaking of records, Elphaba actually posted her medical records on social media for everyone to see. And really, it did bring up more questions than answers to me. She was trying to prove to all the haters that she has been going through these mental health struggles and she's had problems. So she painted out her whole medical record to be like, look at this, look, I am going through problems. And I'm going to have to blur a lot of this out, apart from obviously the IBS. That's one of the things she said that she did have, and yeah, she definitely does have that, and it's probably to do with the amount of fucking shit you eat. I also don't know, I feel like I'm turning into a potty mouth because of the way that she's just effing and blinding every second. And it says, okay, I wanted to show you. The past few years I've moved around. This is a recent record of what I've gone through. This was before I had my platform and I came out as trans. That's not my entire path of medical stuff, but I feel comfortable showing this. That if people want to disregard my mental health, here's all the proof. That I'm truly trans and that I've gone through so much. All the blanked out stuff is personal info. This is from my doctor. The acne vulgaris thing they got wrong eventually. It was HS, but I wanted to show you that I got nothing to hide and went through a lot. It's not all for views. I love my people so much. Don't ever stop fighting. And in this, there is, like they said, a couple of, terrible things around certain levels of depression that get a little bit too much. And as I've said loads of times around Elphaba, I wish the best for her in that I don't want her to ever think like that. I want her to be the best person that she could possibly be. But unfortunately for Elphaba, that starts and stops with her turning off the TikTok live because she should have been banned anyway, and going out for a walk and learning about yourself. Every live that she does is more damaging than the last to her, and her mental health spirals because of how terrible the lives are. So the last thing that you want to be doing in a situation is doing something that actively harms you the entire time. I hope you don't have to go through this stuff anymore, Elphaba. I really do. And it really does prove as well that she has had a referral to a gender identity clinic, which is something that a lot of people have said has been fake for years. But I think publishing this on her social media platform is a little bit bad, especially when she's got the trigger warning there. Why have you put a trigger warning at the top and not before it? Like, obviously I'm going to read it first, so I'm going to see that. Why are you trigger warning? But yeah, social media is the biggest problem with your mental health at the moment, because you are doing terrible things constantly and people are catching up on it and people are recognizing and they're attacking you for it. So what you do is you stop the thing that's harming you. She then also followed it up with this.
Don't do this with views. I have been to hospital and I have gone through a lot. And it is very hard, it's very difficult to go through this kind of hate online sometimes, because it can drive you so hard to the point where you feel like you're worthless, of all the stalking, all the death threats, all the people telling you things in the past, all the videos. It's just so much, basically. I'm alright though, don't worry, I'm okay. It's just, to look back on it, I'm a very strong bitch.
And respectfully, in the majority of cases, what people are doing are just calling you out for your actions. You do have a large amount of a minority that are coming and attacking you for stupid reasons, like misgendering you, that sort of thing. And all it does by, for example, misgendering or like trying to dox her, it gives her more ammunition, which she's doing now. She's using this right now to say that that is the reason why people hate her. And it's nothing to do with all of these scams, the dramas, the scandals, the being disgusting on live, the being terrible, that it's nothing to do with any of that. She just totally flies over it, and that's the problem. Maybe stop misgendering her, and then we can talk.
I actually referred myself to the Gender Identity Clinic years ago, but I'm still waiting. I don't know why people think I haven't taken steps into transitioning at all, but I truly wish you well. And I showed you proof of the GP and everything.
And I don't really know about this, so I would love for someone to educate me in the comments around how it works with the gender identity, the referral, and the transition. Because it's been over 2 years. I know there's a large waiting list for like hormones and stuff. I know she said that she's been offered them in the past and she's not taking it up. But 2 years with just one thing of being referred, that doesn't seem like you're making an effort into transitioning. That does seem like you've done the starting step and then that's it. But once again, I will just clarify, I am not misgendering her in any way. I do not do that thing. I think it's a very low bar, and all it does is give ammunition to her to attack. You don't have to do anything to your body, including hormones, anything like that. You don't have to do any of it to actually identify as a woman. And the people in the comments that say that sort of she not he, she not he, she not he all the time, you don't understand that. You don't have a clue. And maybe you should be a bit more educated around it. With all this stuff, it's all really heavy. It's all really disgusting, really, to be posting on social media. And I think something that is a sentiment that has been grabbed by so many people around Elphaba is, does she not realise that the majority of people that actually do support her are very young, are children? Posting this sort of stuff around children is very weird. And the reason we know that the majority of people that do actually follow her in this sense and support her are children is because, well, you've got to have critical thinking skills if you think about it and you realise she's horrible. You can't watch any of the clips that I've shown you or will show you and think that she's a nice person. And her retaliation to being asked this is a bit confusing to me.
Are you aware that you have a lot of like very young watchers and it's not very nice for them to hear about it?
No, true. I get that, to be honest. However, this is my platform and it's your choice to watch me if you don't like it. That's honest.
No, not me personally. I mean that you do have a lot of young watchers, and are you aware of that?
Not really, to be honest. Let me think about it. I mean, well, I don't see a lot of people who are young here because I get a lot of people my age from other countries and stuff. I'm not in control of who watches me because it's down to the parents, to be honest, of their child if they watch me. You've got to think about that, really, haven't you?
It's not really down to the parents because the child will just be scrolling and watching. And it is so obvious that the majority of them are children. I do understand the point of saying, well, she can't really control who is watching her. That is very true. But she should understand that a lot of younger people will be watching her who support her. And she posts this sort of stuff all the time. And that's what weirds me out.
Okay, I don't know why you're coming at me with attitude. It was just a general question.
You're coming at me. You're coming at me, babe.
Not really. I said, are you aware?
No, you're trying to kind of, if you think about it, you're trying to interrogate me for,
Trying to interrogate you by asking a simple question of, do you understand that a lot of children are watching you? What? All she's essentially saying is, you should probably watch what you're posting a little bit, but nah, she'll post what she wants, because she don't care. At the end of the day, she's getting a lot of gifts and you're not, so maybe you should shut up.
Are you aware of something?
You are. You 100% are, because knowing the circumstances of people calling me a nonce, you're saying, oh, you've got a lot of...
Not at all. Not at all.
You are. And I call you out. I'll call you out. I will call you out, you fucking bitch. I'll call you out. Who's next?
It's just so unrelated. It's actually... It's insane. The entire point is, would you subject a load of children to, like, for example, like I've shown, your medical records? No, you probably shouldn't. Should you be showing piss bottles, giving a good example for the kids on social media? No, but you shouldn't be doing that anyway, whatever age. Like, how does she not read a room ever? And then to just go off at the attack and just assume and presume that this person has done something wrong and is trying to out them is actually insane. But it shows how weak her defense is to any sort of scrutiny.
I don't care. I'm not gonna have people try and come at me. I am defensive. I fucking will be. Promise. You middle-aged bitch. Get out. You dusty bitch.
Genuinely, it's just so disgusting, innit? Calling someone a dusty bitch, meanwhile you have 20 different Domino's pizza boxes just rotting in your room, is a bit of a new one to me. I would rather be a dusty bitch than a Domino's bitch. But now we get to the fun part of the video once again, because it's Elphaba's mum, Maria. Brilliant. Here we go. Because she's been a little bit more active on the lives recently, and it's been going really well. Because they've been acting like they've been on a rave, and she's been dropping clangers and being disgusting. Sounds about right, if you ask me. And to start off with, Elphaba's mum decides to just fully out Elphaba after this earlier, like, snow incident that we were on about. She just goes and outs her, straight up. You kind of got to respect how backwards Elphaba's thinking is to not realise that her mum's just going to come and tattletale.
When I made the bed, I found her snow, so she didn't take it all, and I thrust it down the toilet, because I don't touch that crap.
I'm gonna get myself banned.
I don't need stuff. I am like this normally. I am having a cup of tea.
My question to you, Maria, is why would you have bent spoons that almost look like they should be put on a hob in certain videos? Why have I heard you sniffing with Elphaba on TikTok Live? Why if you don't touch that stuff? But unfortunately, the worst person you know has just made a great point. I'm sure you're natural, and I'm sure that you're drinking tea right now. And it fully exposed Elphaba, obviously, because now everyone knows that she does it, even though she's already admitted it and gone back on it. And I don't know what was going on in these past couple of days, because Elphaba's mum was fully off the rocker.
I'm just here for fun and music. I don't really give a shit. Yes, I'm glad you can see where it gets it from.
Sure, What?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I read that out.
Okay, it's
That's
fine.
not even my fault.
No, it's fine. You apologise. Fine.
Great bit of misgendering. Oh, it's not even my fault because I read it out. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you don't realise what gender and what name your daughter is. Especially seeing as, apparently, according to Elphaba, you picked the name. Also, she did it on the train in public earlier, as you saw. Seems to be a little bit of a theme.
See, you're trying to get me in trouble now. Piss off. Now you're going to get me banned on this account, so you'll win then, don't you?
No, don't worry. It's fine. You're fine.
Alright.
It's okay.
Alright.
Vibe with the music. Vibe
And
with the
now it's
music.
laughing. Stop laughing.
Don't worry.
So you don't mean what you say.
Vibe with the music.
It's not telling me what to do.
Mum, you don't any of these your time.
How can Elphaba be looking like the grown-up person here? This is insane. Her mum's only got 20 years on her. You can really see where she gets it from.
Stop a minute. I'm helping you.
Okay. I'm just here for you, that's all.
Wait.
What a brilliant duo to be on TikTok Live together. It really does seem like it, doesn't it? And it gets even better because Elphaba starts getting called out by her mum again.
Don't show me to you.
Oh, it's here.
Which one?
This one. There you go. Have you got lashes down here?
No.
Okay. I'll go get them.
Very well. Wait.
Okay. Right. It's also very tight as well, so it's like...
Take your shoes off.
No, it's fine.
dirty.
I just find it fucking hilarious that Elphaba's mum is calling her dirty on TikTok Live. Like, one, it's embarrassing. Two, not needed at all. Three, you don't really need to tell us after all we've seen. And then four, I've also seen this Maria pick her bogies and then throw them on the floor whilst on TikTok Live. So, like, it's calling shit.
Don't do that. Don't touch the dress.
I haven't touched it. I haven't.
Saw you.
Okay.
Now what?
Ooh, I shot a thinking.
Right then.
Oh,
What? Now what?
Bronzer.
My makeup's missing.
It's not my... Oh, it's here. Hold on.
Told ya.
It's not in my box, though.
So we dropped it on the floor.
Yes, I know.
Like, she's just trying to do her makeup. Why is she being so horrible to Elphaba? And then not only that, why is she on TikTok Live when this is happening? If something like this happened with, like, my parents, it wouldn't be live streamed to thousands of people. But for some reason, Elphaba loves to project it all on social media, and it confuses the fuck out of me. What are we achieving here, Elphaba? What are we going for this time? I don't get it. And of course, it just keeps going on.
I could do your makeup if you want.
Well, it's a bit late for that, isn't it? Spent 2 hours doing yours.
Alright, sit in the makeup chair, and I'll do it.
I don't want to do it live.
Okay. Should we put a filter on?
No, I don't give a f***.
Okay.
They'll make money out of me.
I can turn the comments off if you want.
I don't give a f***. Sort me out.
Sorry.
I don't care, just do it. Don't make me look like a f***ing idiot.
Okay, look at me.
Just speaking to her like shit. Like, it does make me feel sorry for Elphaba that she's got a parent that is so happy to just be such an arsehole whilst on social media, whilst on live. It's weird. Trying to do her a favour, get her makeup done. It might not look brilliant, but it's a helpful thing. Just, if anything, it just makes me feel a bit sad, this.
Breed. Bye.
We'll do it in the live.
Bye.
Try them.
Just do it then.
Okay, alright, just ignore them. I swear to God, ignore them.
Why don't you move the chair? It's in the way, isn't it? You know you can give someone a headache if you hurt their eyes.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
What are you using that for?
Eyes?
No, I don't want that colour. Yuck. I want to wear... Oh, don't tell him to piss off.
Okay.
Piss off. You switchy b****. I've seen his bin in your life.
Just, what? Why is she so... Why? It does really make you think, well, it makes sense why Elphaba can be such a switch from being nice to horrible as well. It probably makes her feel a bit better when this person's such a twat around her all the time. All I get from that is, once again, Elphaba is terrible, and her mum might just be as bad, and it really does explain. Maybe, hopefully, she could look at her daughter and maybe see her as a daughter sometime soon. That would be really nice and kind, as opposed to just being an asshole whenever the slipper fits. And I do have genuine empathy for Elphaba, but then she really should distance herself, which she's not really doing with Maria. And mainly, the big thing, get off TikTok Live. What are you doing projecting this sort of stuff? Even to the point of saying, oh, no, don't turn off the live. Like, why do you want people to hear this shit? I know what you've been thinking since we started this video. When is she going to be releasing merch? Because I'd love to buy some. And you're in luck because she's actually saying that she's going to make some now. So it's brilliant. Can't wait to see what this is going to be.
Okay, guys, do you like this? Right. I've just edited it out a bit. I've made more saturation to it, so now you get all the vibes. Do you like it? Okay, cute. Right.
Bless her, look at her. She's a little designer as well, with all this stuff going on. Wow, I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. There's just something so funny about it as well, that it says, you're more than enough, whilst plastering her entire face around the rest of the mug. She's definitely more than enough. She's a catch.
Okay, EOD merch. Right. I'm so excited. What about Alpha Orion Doherty? I mean, that's not using Alpha as like a name. And Alpha comes up not as wicked at all. So Alpha Orion Doherty.
Bit of brand brainstorming here. I've got a management degree. I did quite a lot in marketing, specialised in marketing. And I mean, Alpha Orion Doherty as opposed to just Elphaba, because you'll get copyright claimed, is a brilliant idea. She's going to sell out everything at this rate. All I want really is the Elphaba merch, which as you can see, well, you can't really see here, but she's got the Elphaba logo. I don't know how she's got away with this one, considering she's trying to get rid of trademark, and then she's got literally a face of her as Elphaba there. So wow, who said she's self-obsessed? You're all liars.
Elfie is probably copyrighted. Let me check.
Why?
Yep, it's been trademarked. By Gregory Maguire for his book, Elfie, A Wicked Childhood.
Never mind, Elphaba, there's plenty more fish in the sea with them ones. And this mug was only £19, so you can get a mug that she's made on Etsy for £19. Brilliant. I remember when I was 13, I was doing a YouTube channel at the time. I had about 2,000 subs and like about 100 videos. And I started doing merch, even though nobody bought it and nobody was going to buy it. It just had my logo on the front. It looked like shit. I don't know about you, but I'm popping a few similarities here. But she keeps pushing forward for it.
I think what I'll do then, if I'm going to release merch, I'll release merch for, oh my god, what's it called? Like, for Halloween. That would be kind of a good idea, wouldn't it? What the hell? It's only £19 for a whole year.
What?
For this merch thing, and it's apparently really good. And it can create 1,000 products, like 1,000 individual products, like different ones. Like,
Are you sure?
yeah, it says it here.
19.
What a way to show that you're putting a lot of effort and time into the merchandise that you're selling with your face on it by literally saying to your mum, oh, well, I pay 19 quid for this, it'll last a whole year, and I could get 1,000 different products from it. What, so you're just going to copy and paste the entire thing across everything? That sounds like a brilliant merch idea, Elphaba. You really are selling it. I can tell, considering you've made the entire mock-up within 5 minutes on a TikTok live during a editing mug thing, that you have put so much thought and effort into this, so I can only commend you for that.
Merch by Amazon. You can make Amazon. No upfront costs. Merch by Amazon's a content creation. Amazon, maybe. No, I don't want to do that. No. Okay, let's try this one then.
The options are truly limitless with her. She has got so much that she can do. The sky's the limit, and I mean, I don't know. I think if she does actually release merch, I will buy some for the cause. I really don't want to support her. I don't think anyone should, but we will do it for the sake of it, for a meme. Same figures the cameo for $20. $20 for a cameo, that is looking really, really tempting. But unfortunately, even though she was trying to find out about the trademarks and the problems that having trademarks could have around things, unfortunately, she was already getting her stuff stolen, which is just so disgusting.
Right, let me just Google myself. I'm going to be a vain bitch and look up good photos of me.
Not that you don't do that every single day, Elphaba. Why are you lying? The amount of times I've seen you mention that you are going to Google yourself really does make me piss.
Elphaba Orion Doherty. Elphaba is a music artist. Fine. Thank you very much. Okay, look at myself. Okay. What's that good photo? Oh my god, people are already selling me.
Next.
What the f? No. People are already selling me.
Yeah, you already know that.
Elphaba's mum coming in again, just absolutely clutch. She's pretending to over-dramatise what's going on like she already hasn't looked a million times at her face and realised that people are selling it. You already know that. Well, we all know that, but she can act and pretend to 1,000 people on her TikTok live that she has never seen it before. It's called drama. It's called acting. Maybe, Maria, if you went to school, you'd understand that.
Why am I a pillow on AliExpress?
24. I knew it's been days,
I think I need to become a pillow properly.
I think you've got the social skills of a pillow, Elphaba. But that's all you're worth. You're worth a pillow on AliExpress. And that really is quite fitting for how you are as a person, because you're everyone's last choice. And I think this sort of thing where she's got people that do stuff like this, I mean, because she's a meme, that's the only reason why people do it, because she's a meme. But what she interprets it as is that she's super famous, mega famous, actually, and none of you are on her level. And because of this, it furthers her ego, which is already very, very high anyway for some weird reason. And it leads her to grandstand in a celebrity sort of fashion about how good she is as a person, such as talking about how famous she is.
Do you want to hear something crazy? There's probably a few hundred people right now watching a video of me on their For You page. Isn't that crazy? Like, that feels weird to me. Like, there's a few hundred people, or maybe probably even a few thousand people watching me on their For You page right now. Isn't that weird? And my name has got like half a 10 billion. Like, I feel sick.
Half a 10 billion? Do you mean 5 billion? What do you mean? 5 billion what? 5 billion crackers? Your name's got 5 million crackers to it. Half a 10 billion. She might have gone to drama class, but I'm not sure she went to maths class. These sort of grandstands that she does actually do make me laugh every single time because, like, she knows how bad everything is, but she is deciding to be like, oh, it's actually just fame, whether it's good or bad. And good luck. Keep up with that.
I feel like, oh, it makes me feel sick, actually. I don't think about it. I don't like it. I don't actually like it. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like it. I don't like having that many people who have watched me.
Yes, you do. You absolutely love it. And this is the problem with Elphaba because she's saying this now and she thinks that everyone's going to believe her. But like I've already shown about 5 clips in this video where it is very obvious that she absolutely loves the attention. And in fact, it's the only reason that keeps her going on social media sites. So bless her for trying to act like she doesn't care, but she really does.
But I like the people that are nice. And you guys are cool. You guys are chill. You guys are fun. And I love that, so. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm an Aquarius. Molly, why am I boring? If I'm boring, you don't have to watch me, sweetheart. It's just because there's no drama doesn't mean that I'm boring. I don't actually want to have drama in my life all the time. It's nice just to have a nice chill.
Why are you doing stuff on TikTok Live that you're doing that I've already shown? If you don't want any drama. And that's kind of the problem. She does want the drama. She really does, because when she sees that her views dip, she wants to come back to it, and she will do this so that she does act like, oh, I'm not getting anything, any drama, any problems, and then bang, it comes out. And she's out there in a bottle. And as you know, whenever Elphaba is caught in a scandal, a drama, a problem that is entirely or at least partially her fault, what she will always do is never blame herself, because she has never done anything wrong. And if she does blame herself, there's always a reason why, which just totally qualifies everything that she did. So she is a moral grandstanding and it comes across as a victim mentality, which is something that she's always had, and, well, it's very evident here.
Because people say oh, Elphaba likes to have a victim complex. Okay, but you make me a victim, and that is the truth. That is actually the truth. I become a victim of people trying to actively find where I am. I become a victim of when people try and do unnecessary live streams about me and look for clout. That puts me into a victim.
And I mean, she isn't wrong in that some of the people that do go and talk about her, they do make stuff up, they do try and dox her, but this is like a very, very small minority of the entirety of the people that dislike her. What you will find is the majority of people that dislike her because of the things that she's done, such as scamming fans, such as pretending to have autism, pretending to have tics, pretending to have everything under the sun. And it's these questions that at this point she will then say, well, no, because I had this problem, I had that problem, but she doesn't talk about them as much because it's very easy to hide them. And it's super duper easy to go on a TikTok Live and say that this one instance where you got doxxed, this one instance where you've been harassed is the problem of the entire thing of what goes on. You make me a victim. No, you have made yourself a victim. You've made yourself a target. And it's a shame you have these sort of horrible people that do these nasty stuff to you, but it's what you expect on the internet when you are such a horrible person.
So, yes, I am a victim in that situation. Do you know what I mean? I think people just need to leave me alone. When someone is actively out as trans and wants to raise awareness for it and be an activist, people see it as a mock and people hate on it.
1% of the people, maybe going up to 5-10% now, because of the likes of Evil Queen, who will go on TikTok Live and call it a he, which then makes it much worse. But it's still a large minority of people who will blame you for the trans thing and say that that's the reason that people hate you. Even then people that are misgendering you, which I don't think they should, I'm going to get a load of comments like I usually do saying that she's a he, and, well, off, maybe do your research a bit, but a lot of them don't actually not only hate her for that, it's everything else as well. But she likes to bring it down to the tiny points which are very significant in her mind, but not significant in the broader picture of everything that she's done. And another problem with Elphaba is she can't look 10 seconds into the future or 10 seconds into the past. It's all present now.
But when I see people who are trans who don't talk about being trans, then they don't get as much stick. I notice that. But I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, Elphaba, it's nothing to do with the fact you're trans as to why I make these sort of videos. It's everything that you have done which should have made you be banned on TikTok multiple times over. That's what I have a problem with. And honestly, I think it's what everyone else should have a problem with. It's every single scandal that has brought up to this point. But despite a lot of the trans community actually disliking her and hating her for the things that she has done, it really doesn't make it any better the way that she grandstands not only on how she is a victim and on how brilliant she is as a person, but also around the trans community and how much she's actually done for them. Which, when you take one look at her comments on a TikTok live and also in everything that she posts, I think she's doing the opposite. Because what she's doing is setting a bad example to people who maybe are not very educated or not very knowing of the trans community, and she is one of the biggest prominent figures in there, and she's horrible. So it sets it's like a leader setting a bad example for everyone else. Not that Elphaba's a leader at all, but she is seen somewhat as a figurehead to people who don't understand or know or have looked into trans issues. She just sets a bad rep for all of the good people within the community.
Well, I've helped people come out as trans. I've helped people at Prides. People have come up to me and said their stories to me, which is really beautiful, I think. I've donated to multiple trans charities. I've raised fundraisers for trans charities on my platform. You can even look on the past For You pages for the proof. Just look up Elphaba.
Once again, I don't have the specifics of the proof, but if you want to just Google my name and just give me more attention, just do it. I'm not denying that she's done this sort of stuff, but it is once again damaged by everything else that she has done.
And people have come to me in real life and they've said, you've helped my daughter come out as trans. Mums have come up to me, dads have come up to me. So I've helped people feel free in themselves.
So she wasn't aware of the child audience that she has, but then she's had mums and dads come up to her. I feel like one of these is bullshit, and I'm kind of starting to feel like both of them are bullshit. She's never had a mum or dad come up to her. Like, there is no way that the mum and dad have seen what she does on TikTok Live for, oh, she's such a good example. Like, kids watch it and the kids have come out of trans. That's just bullshit. That's never ever happened. I don't want to call you a liar, Elphaba, but you're very good at lying, full stop. So potentially that could be the arrow that we go in for.
And feel more open, which is lovely. So that's what I've done. What activism have I done? So I've been to multiple protests, to the Trans Kids Deserve Better one. There were trans kids protesting above a building roof, and they were protesting because of the healthcare. So I went with friends, and it happened to be on Pink News and stuff, so that was in London.
We finally had a specific example. I'm so glad. I know she's been to a couple of events because she's been confronted at every single event at least once because of how she is. They don't want her there. She sets a bad example for the trans community, so why would they want them protesting with her? Then on a slightly lighter note before all the horribleness, once again, she's caught here saying that she can't take pills because of IBS, which is definitely a new one for me.
Right, when people say to me this, I'm like, oh, but you're not on hormones, you're not this, that, the other. I can't even express to you how much I've tried to be getting on estrogel. Estrogel is what I was going to go on. Estrogel is a gel, you know what I mean? Goes on the arms here that you put on every single day, because I can't take pills because I've got IBS. But like...
So she's explaining here how she has been trying for ages to get onto pills for transitioning, which, I mean, I'm sure she already got enough money for it the first time when people were gifting for her to do it, and then she went and bought Gucci bags, so she can't be trying that hard. It's fine, Elphaba, if you don't want to take pills and things like that because you don't want to transition in that way. You can still identify as a woman. Just don't hit us with the bullshit of, I can't take pills because I've got IBS. That is stupid. Yes, it's true, some pills can cause some irritable symptoms down there, but no. Plus, you can't take pills, but you can take powder up your nose. What's going on? She's someone who has always had a dedication to the bit. For Elphaba, she's always in drama because she keeps getting her past pulled up by people that have been in her past because obviously shit follows shit. And one of the biggest things that she was in, well, no, the biggest thing she was in last month was a drama with a content creator called Winnie, who is another trans creator on TikTok and also on Instagram, who came out and accused Elphaba of multiple nasty, horrible things, which really do paint a light of how terrible she is. Please note, for anything coming forward, these are all allegations in that they are not proven. The only person who has proved them is Winnie, and she has used some bits of evidence, but then also, I'm a bit confused by her. Some of the stuff she says really needs clarifying, and I did contact Winnie and ask if we could speak so I could talk through this stuff, and I got a confirmation of yes, for sure. But then also, Elphaba has then gone and said that she's going to sue her, which she definitely isn't going to do, but I wonder if that's shit her up a bit, because after multiple attempts to try get back to Winnie, she's not responded. So yeah, everything with a pinch of salt here, but I will just note there is something that Elphaba did before Winnie came out and said, because she said she's going to expose her, that really did sting to me. And it not only shows Elphaba is vindicative, but also like she's trying to calm a storm.
Oh, who? Winnie, my sweetheart, Winnie. This person's called Winnie. Apparently they're going to be exposing me. Like, you wouldn't do this. She's going to promote her OF. She's already told me she does OF, and she's actually struggling to make money. So before, I already know her plan. She's going to use this TikTok strategy to promote her OF. Bit sick, bit weird. She's in debt with her tax.
Yeah, I won't lie, Elphaba, you're chatting out your arse here. Plus, you mentioned, I put it in the last video, that you are going to start an OF soon. So, one, please don't start that OF soon. And two, you're using this to try and discredit her as a person by saying that she does OF, and that means fuck all. How do you know she's struggling for money? And also, I think that you're the one tax evaded anyway, because you keep moving around every month. Winnie, you still live with her, and, well, that does sort of insinuate somewhat, if they're doing a house share, that she is struggling a little bit for money. But that also shows that you're struggling for money. She really can't see the irony in anything she says, can she?
She's in debt with her tax. She was on the phone to me when she was on the phone to the tax as well. She owes around, I think, £14,000 of tax. My tax is all sorted, actually, surprisingly. I'm on a plan now, so I'm all good.
She said, I'm on a plan now, so it's all good. So she's just admitted there that she didn't pay her tax and she got diddled for it, and now she pays monthly back. You really are the smartest, Elphaba.
So I'm declaring my stuff. I've got, like, an agent and stuff. But, you know, when people say to me, like, oh, because I've got nothing to hide. I really don't. I've got nothing to hide at all.
You've got so much to hide, Elphaba. And also, an agent for tax? Do you mean an accountant? What's an agent? There's no such thing as an agent that just helps you with your tax. That's called an accountant. And trust me, considering how smart you are, I know that you need a lot of help.
But yeah, I think that's what she's gonna do. I already see. Mark my words. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Realistically, what Elphaba knows is that there is something bad coming, that she knows that she's going to get exposed. So then she's saying, mark my words, as if she's some sort of like prophet. Well, everyone else knows that you're going to get exposed by her, and you've just said that at the start. So what do you mean, mark my words? Mark my words, she's going to go online, she'll be like, I'm struggling for money. I really need help paying back my tax, so I'm just going to expose Elphaba. And yeah, we're going to go through some of the most pertinent things that Winnie has said during this. Once again, all allegations.
The really, really weird thing is, when I met Scott and like everyone in the house, Elphaba's like, she's like a real girl. Like she's like this, she's like that, and she's like, I'm a man. And she would make jokes about being a man, and she'd always like view me as an actual like woman. And it's like, baby, I'm trans. I'm what you're supposed to be. So why are you viewing me differently than you? It's just so weird. She's not trans at all.
I mean, Elphaba seeing herself as quote-unquote a man could purely be from insecurity on her part because she is not fully transitioned like you. But it's interesting to see the confidence difference between what she says on live and what she's like behind closed doors.
She's a complete... This girl has an identity issue with Elphaba the Wicked Witch. She literally wants to be Elphaba so bad, it's insane. She's trying to like morph her whole personality to this Wicked Witch. It's so odd.
That is very true. It is so weird that she pretends to be a witch all the time and she wants to become this personality. And it does show high traits of autism, her having this special interest around it, which she has gone out and said, but then at the same time, she's refused multiple times to get a diagnosis. And on the amount of money that she's quote-unquote on, she can get anything she wants. So why didn't she go and get a diagnosis now? I think it's because she's scared that she doesn't have it and it's some other mental health condition. Elphaba can't help herself.
Oh, and by the way, her legal name is not Elphaba. She has like a electoral ID in Elphaba, but her passport and actual real documents do not say Elphaba. She did a D poll for this weird ID, but she hasn't changed anything else. Her legal name is not Elphaba. Just because she has it as an electoral ID does not make it her real name. She is not legally Elphaba. She is Orion.
If that is true, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. She said so many things that she's going to do or she's done or she's doing, and then she's not done any of them. So it doesn't surprise me at all that potentially she's still called Orion. She just calls everyone Elphaba Orion just for the sake of it. But then she also says electoral ID has changed, but not her actual name. Well, why is it on her NHS documents that she is called Elphaba Orion now? It could be the case that Elphaba has inspect element and changed it, but genuinely, and I'm not being harsh here, I don't think she's got the brains for it. But it is a bit of a weird one to not want to be dead named on social media so much and then still having your dead name as your ID.
In the whole 2 weeks I was with Elphaba, every time she went on live, she was on Snow. But she's not addicted to Snow, she's addicted to the horse one. Literally the whole 2 weeks she didn't shower, and there's rats in her home. She doesn't shower, she didn't brush her teeth the whole time I'm there. Her bedroom smells of I had to sleep in her bed, and it smelled literally.
That is no. Now that I feel like is more than allegations from seeing the stuff that you would see. You'd see mice crawling in around her room. She's got a mouse problem at the moment. She has self-admittedly said that she's terrible with her own hygiene. So it does make sense that is quite true. But it's all just so disgusting, especially not brushing your teeth for 2 or 3 weeks. I can't go a day. You go a day and your teeth go disgusting. Another one of them things which Elphaba should have recognised, she has recognised because she said on TikTok Live that she has these problems and gone and actually sorted it, but instead she hasn't. She's decided to, I don't know, just project it on the internet instead. But then to everyone else who comes and sees stuff like this, they are just repulsed, and I don't blame them. And also around the certain Snow stuff, I find that a little bit weird, that stuff, but it makes sense considering she has admitted that she does it at times.
She told me how much she plays with herself. She's kicked out because nearly every night she gets really manic in the house. She was really high. She kept trying to tell me that Jesus is in the corridor. So this is me with Maria.
Maria once again just looking absolutely stunning there. She's definitely been caught by the bad side of the Flash, because what the fuck? Why are you living with the mum as well? It's so weird. All this is so weird. This once again has been seen as an expose on Elphaba, and to be honest, it just makes me feel more sad for her, to be honest. It's a horrible situation that she's in, and I wish that she wasn't on TikTok Live 24/7. I wish she'd take herself away, and I wish that she'd work on herself, but she's not going to do that because she never has and she never will, and it's unfortunate. If you're listening to this, Elphaba, and you've seen all of this, please get help. And I also hate to have some form of empathy for such a horrible person.
Was she inappropriate with men? Yeah, so basically at her house, when she couldn't get a dealer for something you put up your nose, she would go onto Grindr and she would make her name like Party or HNH, and that means like hi, and she would invite guys over, but she wouldn't tell the guys that she's with me. She would only make out that she's alone, because last time she sent a picture of me with her, they would only be interested in me. They asked me if like they could meet me alone.
Interesting. Well, we know that Elphaba did love a good grinder session, so it makes sense at least. And I also get the it should only be taken of me 100%. Ugh.
So she would invite guys over, and they would only like pay interest in me. And one of the guys, like he was paying complete interest in me. So Elphaba sat beside him, kept like touching his leg. He became so uncomfortable and he left.
Makes a lot of sense from Elphaba's part, to be fair, that someone has been brought in and is not giving her attention, so everything's about her, and she's the one who's brought it, so everyone else go away. Poor guy, having to actually meet Elphaba though. What a shame.
Does she exchange favors for nose candy? She did. She did do that when I was there. She had to this guy off for a bag.
That puts a new dimension on getting the bag. Once again, allegations. It just seems like it's a bit of a very weird situation. And it's also a mile away from the type of stuff that I experienced even at university.
But yeah, he would off this guy. Elphaba would a guy for a bag. Because she didn't want to pay for it. That's why she would try to get guys from her over. Because like they would just do it with her and she doesn't have to pay. Like they're doing it from her own bag. No, their own bag.
Sounds like to me that Elphaba has a lot of money because she's having to do stuff like that on the side. I don't even know how she's finding the time to do this stuff, to be honest. I think this was during a period where she was breaking it, so she wasn't being on live as much because, as we know, she is live for about 16 hours a day for about 6 days a week. But yeah, in her times off, she's definitely enjoying herself, and bless her. I don't think I would stoop that low, personally.
Winnie, why did E buy a Venom mask? E buys it because she has a fetish for Venom, so she uses it for grinder meetups. So Elphaba would put it on for grinder meetups, but then other grinder meetups would be to get a bag of.
Tell you what, I'd absolutely love to see Elphaba in a Venom mask. We do know that she does have these weird fetishes. We do know that is something that we have seen quite a bit, such as the slime incident where she dressed up in a load of slime and took photos of it in that sort of nature. Also seen the gimp mask that she left at her old house when the landlord took a photo of it, which is hilarious. And my conclusion from these allegations is that a lot of them, in the scope of what's going on, do make sense as to the type of person that Elphaba is. Do I believe them? I'm not entirely sure. There's some of the stuff I can imagine that is very, very fitting to her. I understand there's definitely like a manic state to her, and I do think that Winnie has come on to try and expose her. It just depends on what state it is, because the problem with Elphaba is there is so much going on around her, you can very easily lie about her. I hope there's more information, if there's any proof that comes out to this. It's been quiet since then, but it would really help because it shows the type of person that Elphaba is off live compared to on. And to me, it sounds very, very similar. It sounds a lot more plus 18 rated, and it's disgusting, really. One thing with Elphaba is no matter how many times she talks about transitioning, about how she wants to transition, like you saw earlier, she never really seems to help herself ever, such as here.
She rejected my injection hormones that I offered her. Well, of course I did, because they're prescribed to you, and they're not prescribed to me. They could kill me.
One thing I will note here, this is about Evil Queen, who offered her transitional hormones and she denied them, and I think that's very, very valid, and I don't know why Evil Queen uses that as like a qualification that she doesn't want to be trans, because of the fact that she doesn't want to take pills prescribed to someone else. I know full well that she shoves stuff up her nose which really shouldn't be up there, which you don't know where that's been, but I get that.
But I'm trying to find other services. So now that I'm in London, I want to find other services. And when I get my hormones, I promise you this year or next year, beginning next year, this year, I'll be on hormones. I promise you. But I need to find a source.
You did say this 2 years ago, so I will hold that with a grain of salt.
And I'll take it on live. When I get it, I promise you I'll take it on live stream every single day. Because then we can make it like a routine. I promise.
We can make me taking pills a routine on my TikTok live. Are you alright? Do you know how weird that is? Do you know what the kids will think when they see that? Like, why? Why? I understand that there should be no shame in having any pills around you, like anxiety tablets every day. But like, why would you do that?
But I'm not doing it for the live stream. I'm doing it for me because I want breasts. I just want the skin softened. I want a feminine figure.
Apparently now soft skin is only allowed to women. I know my skin is a mess due to actual medication, but it's very, very soft. Am I a female now? And she also doesn't help herself in other avenues as well, because she's apparently now growing a beard. Now that is a very feminine figure, as you say.
Because I'm growing my beard out for a video. So then I can shave it and then do a nice transition into a goddess. So yeah, so I look like transition. So kind of like I look really manly, right? But then I'm gonna like do a whole transition. So you'll see me shave today. You'll see me shave because I'm gonna do a video. You know, like that girl who shaves like this, and then it goes because some people, some trans individuals, let their beard grow for a video. They actually do.
Some trans individuals let their beard grow for a video, so I'm going to do the exact same. Realistically, I think you've seen a TikTok that's got like 1 million likes or something, and then decided to do the same. But like, why would you talk about wanting to have a feminine figure? Why would you talk about wanting to be feminine, everything like this, and then you get something which is very masculine? I can understand that you're doing it as like this big transition, but like, what? You're going to be alive every single day, and then this is not going to help the people that are just screaming at you, calling you a he. This is going to make everything worse for you. Does she not have any optics? I feel like she's just allergic to seeing any optics around any situation that she's in.
Do you know what, guys? Do you know what you have to do? You have to be live consistently for like forever in order to keep your views up. I just can't be arsed sometimes. I've actually stopped giving out views because I just don't care. Like, I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? Like, I'm taking my breaks and I'm looking after my mental health. Like, I think it's so much better for me just to not give a and to actually just put myself out there and just to be like slay.
Yeah, you definitely should be having more breaks. You should be having an unlimited break, a break that never ends from TikTok Live. That's what you should be doing, Elphaba. Also looking after your mental health, but then also like a week earlier you were doing this thing with the certain bottle. Like what? That's not true, is it? Just look after yourself and don't be like this, because everything's a projection. Absolutely everything is just for the attention that you get from it.
Because in order to maintain it, you have to be live every single day. I know I could easily go back to that number if I wanted to. It's very easy. You just have to be very consistent on live stream. It's not about relevancy. Trust me, it's not about relevancy at all. Who gives a about relevancy? It's about your consistency, about being live stream. No, I have not been chatted out, my love. I don't know where you got that from, my love.
Who cares about relevancy? Well, maybe you, because I've used about 10 clips of you in the past month of you saying exactly that you absolutely love being relevant. You love having the attention, but the attention's really daunted and scary, but who cares about it? But then also, I will only be friends with people who are also as relevant as me, so then you do care about relevancy. And this is why I love covering Elphaba so much, because every single time she does the exact same things, says the exact same things, and then people wonder, well, she mainly wonders, why am I getting so much hate? It's because you say one thing and do the other, and you do it multiple times, then you get in dramas, and then you never actually accept that you were the problem every single time. And I'm almost certain like a 7-year-old child knows right from wrong, and I'm pretty sure a 7-year-old child would also understand that if they're saying one thing and doing another, that's not a great thing, and not a great look either, so why would you do it? And despite all this, Elphaba doesn't really understand why she gets hate.
Why do you think you get hate? Because I look different. Because I look
different. I'm trans because people like to use me because I gain views. Yes, I'm different to people. I'm unique. I look different. I got a big nose. I got a different profile to most people in the world.
The reason I cover you is nothing to do with your facial features, Elphaba. It's genuinely just baffling to look at and hear this after everything that she's gone into and everything that she's done. And everything that I've just presented. If I just did this video and it was just a collation of the clips that she has done and used and been like, everyone would understand why she's hated. And it makes me pissed because how does she not realise that? And the reason that she doesn't is because she's on live so much that she forgets everything she says. But yeah, you're hated because of how you look and because you're trans, Elphaba. That's definitely not the case. Anything but, at least from my part.
I don't care. So what if I got a skin condition? Who cares? And people like to nitpick at that and bully people for that. You know what I mean? Get out. Don't be so ridiculous. We all got imperfections. Do you know what I mean? And I'll stand up for myself every single day if I have to. I do not care.
I think you should sit down for yourself, Elphaba, because you're just lying. The problem is people do this stuff, but the large majority of people just dislike you because you're a twat.
I will continue to stand up for myself for the past 5 years of this app.
What are you standing on, Elphaba? You standing on business? Well, what business? Are you standing on your morality? What morality? She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. She has no substance to herself. She thinks that she does. She really thinks that she does, but she doesn't. And it just really infuriates me that she peddles this line every single time when it's so easily disproven. She did learn a new word today, and that is the Mandela effect. Well, 2 words. Bloody hell, that's a lot of words for her to learn. Because for some reason, she thinks her lying about autism to get onto a Autism Got Talent competition and then winning it is a Mandela effect to how she's ended up, which insinuates that people don't know the full story of why she lied about having autism to get on a talent show to win it. I'm about as clueless as you are.
I think this is what I feel like. People follow a Mandela effect. They're like, oh, Elphaba did lie about autism. I didn't lie, it was a misunderstanding, and I went on the show because my friend wanted me on the show.
That's right, people. She didn't lie. It was a misunderstanding. She just lied about having autism because her friend wanted her on there. If her friend didn't want her on there, she wouldn't have lied about autism. But then also, she didn't lie because it was a misunderstanding. How could a misunderstanding be, I didn't. Like, just break down that very linguistic, analytical argument there that she didn't lie, she was misunderstood, but she lied by getting on the competition when she didn't have it, so she lied. Always the lyricist, Elphaba. You really have a way with words, which does shock me at times.
With the Tourette's thing, I was uneducated about it, but people said I lied about having Tourette's. No, I was uneducated about it, and I said I had it, which I shouldn't have. That's not necessarily lying about it. That's basically like being like, you thought I was lying, but I was actually saying I was uneducated.
So yeah, she wasn't lying about having... I don't think I could do this much longer. So she wasn't lying when she said she had Tourette's. It turned out that she didn't have Tourette's, and she said that she did. So... that's a lie. But no, she just didn't understand what Tourette's actually was. So she was saying that she had it because she kept pretending to tick on TikTok live. Definitely putting the tick in the talk. But then when she found out it's a very serious disorder that people cannot control and struggle with daily, and it needs to be diagnosed, she ended up rolling back on it. It's not a lie then, is it? The way that she tries to call the colour black red 100 times over and fails every single time will never get old to me. And I don't think it'll get old to her either because she can't stop peddling it. And I think we need to take another detour into the victim complex that Elphaba states she doesn't have, but she does, but she doesn't have, but she does. And the reason why is, once again, just people make stuff up.
You want to be hated? I'm always hated. I've been called every single name under the bus. Do you know what I mean? I'm used to it. But you just gotta like put it over you and be like, do you know what I mean? And that's what you gotta kind of do. You just gotta not give a fuck. I've been called every name under the bus, honestly.
Just throw it under the bus. That's all you need to do. Everything just gets ignored. Like every single drama that you've been in.
You get hate because you're a bad person. No, people make me a bad person. They make me a bad person. They edit things about me online and stuff. And they AI me.
people make me a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a really good person. It's the people around me that make me a bad person. So if they make you a bad person, you are a bad person by definition. And it don't matter if people make a couple of AIs, which I have seen. A lot of people have been doing like AI generated, but it's so obviously AI generated and fake. Like, that's not proving that you're a bad person at all. It's proving that someone's spoofing you. But she will just pass away on this hill, and it's respectable to see how embarrassing someone can be.
But if you're idiotic to believe that, then that's on you. Oh, sorry, Mum.
Well, call me fooled. Call me stupid enough to believe it. I am very, very stupid, Elphaba. I've got a degree. I've got a degree at one of the best universities in the UK, but I am very, very stupid to believe anything that someone like you would do on TikTok Live and see personally. I've personally seen you do stuff. I am so stupid to think you're a bad person after all of that. Because, yeah, it's all just the hate.
And people say I've got a victim complex. You know, I see why. However...
Just note there, people say I've got a victim complex, and I see why. However, she has already said 3 videos ago, however long ago, that she does have a victim complex. So she's hit the however. So no, I don't have a victim complex. I'm sorry for being stupid enough to believe your own mouth.
However, you're in my shoes, right, just for like a day or two, and you were getting all this hate as I was. We're talking hundreds of DMs of people turning to yourself. Hundreds of DMs of people making fun of you, and then people are making videos about you, and that's getting views.
But the problem with it, Elphaba, is that the people that are saying that are very terrible people, just full stop. I've had these similar threats. I've not had as much as you, but I'm not even close to being as bad as you. But as you see, once again, what she does is she breaks down the entirety of why she's a terrible person as to just... people just like to hate on me because people get views on me, so they're gonna hate on me. And well, no, the actual reason why I started doing it is because I saw, look at this creature that's hiding on TikTok Live, and then as long as this has gone on every single time, at this point, this has now become a just shut her down TikTok. This is all it's become because of what you have done. And at some points, actually, I've been doing videos on you despite you being one of the, if not the lowest performing person on my channel. So that's very interesting, isn't it? But it's all for views.
And then you're sat here like, what the happening? And it's just like, how can you not be a victim? I'm coming from. Put yes in the chat if you're hearing what I'm saying. Because I get it, but you have to kind of see from my point of view as well. And I think that's fair to see both views. I see both views. I see that people see I'm playing a victim complex. But I can also see that, but people also need to see from my end of the point of view. So both ends is fair. By seeing one end, it's not fair on anyone. You have to see by both ends. How could that person feel if you're hating on them? Without hate, I'm not a victim.
Without hate, I'm not a victim. Well, the problem is you get hate all the time. You will always get hate all the time because you have done irreprehensible stuff on the platform. And the ways and depths that she goes to try and prove that otherwise is just always hilarious to me. And now to one of her recent boyfriend escapades, which went absolutely brilliantly. As I've shown you, she's apparently turning asexual now because she's sick of men, and she's funneling the same sort of arguments here.
Have I got a boyfriend? Fortunately, no. Do I want a boyfriend? I just don't know if I could be able to cope with this shit. Do you know what I mean? That they come with it. Do you get me?
I couldn't cope with you either, so I understand why you can't cope with anyone else.
I want, like, if I was to get a boyfriend, I'd want someone who's drama-free and not gonna lie to me, you know what I mean? No, I've never had a boyfriend. It's all been, like, dates to flings and stuff like that, really.
Never had a boyfriend, Elphaba. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. You deserve someone, really, you do. And you want someone who's not into drama, well, you might want to drop the drama stuff from yourself. But the reason why she's saying this is because she got caught out at the start of September, because she ended up having a quote-unquote date with a boyfriend that ended up to not be a boyfriend, and not only that, they never even went on a date.
So a guy, we're like besties, right? But he's so sweet. He bought us a show tonight, so I'm going to go see a show. and we're going out with him. And he's so sweet, he's so chill. Like, he's good vibes, he's great vibes, so... And he's bisexual. No.
Imagine showing the quote-unquote date that she's going on this video from the TikTok live. I bet he would start melting in his seat. Oh, I've said too much normal stuff. I need to let out a fat burp. That'll sort the situation out.
I can get anyone I want. And you will manifest that for yourself.
Yeah, you can get anyone you want, Elphaba, apart from anyone. I respect the manifestations, but they are falling on deaf ears right now. I will not lie. In response to this, the actual person that she went out with said, "There is no tea. The amount of harassment I've been receiving in the last 24 hours is insane." Getting some horrible comments from people, which, as I've said, don't do. I don't know why people do this at all. It really confuses me. All it does is seed more hate, and it gives Elphaba another reason to hate everyone and blame everyone as opposed to blaming herself. And when none of it's true, I'm just a normal guy with a normal day job. I'm gay and I never went on a date. We are just friends, nothing else. And now I'm not going to hate on the guy for actually being friends with her because like that is very, very odd in the first place that you are friends with her. But just deep it for a second. Just deep it. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny that she's out on her TikTok live. She's saying that, oh, I'm going to get into this date. It's going to be a good time. Turns out, no, it's not even a date. You're just trying to manifest something that didn't exist. What exists? You're just friends. So I don't blame her for hating all men after that, obviously. The date's not gone well, and neither has anything else in her life at the moment. And one of the problems that she has is with her current living situation because, believe it or not, she's got mice. Almost like she had 25 takeaway boxes in her living room and her bedroom and everywhere else for that matter. I don't know why I'm even fighting it.
I fumigated my room and I've gotten mouse traps and stuff, so I've gotten rid of all the stuff, which is good. So I fumigated the room because there was mice, but I fumigated it now. So it's all good. All the droppings are cleaned up. I literally did it this morning. I was just like, I just can't do it anymore. So.
Cleaning up droppings? Are you cleaning up your own droppings like you piss? But I'm so glad she's fumigated her room because it really needed that doing anyway. It didn't need mice to come for her to do that.
Got mouse poison. I haven't seen one since. And all the holes are covered up, so it's all a good sign. Which is good, so that's a plus for me. I just because I read things, just what kind of scared the shit out of me, that you can get ill from mouse droppings and mouse dust, so I was like, shit, I'm not taking any chances.
You're not taking any chances? What do you mean you're not taking any chances? So you saw the mice and up until you Googled something, you thought, oh, this is alright, this is fine. I've got some new friends, I like having them. Like, do you know how much of a problem having rodents in your house is? Do you not understand the sort of, like, reasonings behind why you need to get rid of them so straight away anyway? But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Elphaba. And despite this torrid living situation, when she used to be living in, like, $2,500 apartments in, like, Manchester, absolutely beautiful places, she really has stooped down low, hasn't she? But she's always been a big spender. She loves superficial, and also, like I said, at the moment, she's doing a lot of stuff on TikTok Live where she's dressing up green, wearing the witch hat, and singing Wicked songs because Wicked's about to come out. And well, she's getting a custom-made Wicked hat, which I really wish she wasn't. And the creator who uploaded this actually made a good point, saying, despite saying she's going to use it to pay transitions for hormones, which is something that she's mentioned. So she's spending her money very well once again. She's a very good person, and no wonder she doesn't have an accountant. She's got an agent, apparently.
I also have a secret to tell you as well. Would you like a secret? I'm getting the witch hat from the movie made for me as well. So I'm getting a custom made Elphaba hat, but the movie version.
I wonder how much that actually costs. That must be like in near 1,000, like for a custom made hat like that, handmade, thousands. She's spending her money very well, and what I do know is that she, as it is for a costume, she will be getting the money back on tax. That's if she ever pays it, mind you. That's if she ever pays it, if she pays her agent.
How exciting is that? I know. I'm going to do a cosplay of her and from the movie instead, which I think would be really cool. Because in the movie it's very different. Like, she's got a different kind of hat in it, but the hat you want to hear a little secret? Okay, wait. I know all the secrets. I know all the wicked stuff. I know the script. I know the movie. I know the musical. Well, I haven't seen the movie, obviously, but I know the musical. I know the secret note that Elphaba was given in the show that no one knows about. I know Elphaba's lifts. I know all. I know everything. I know everything. Do you want me to tell you?
I'm getting the word bullshit. She definitely doesn't know any of that. She's just super stimming, super obsessed with Elphaba, and she thinks that she knows more than anyone else. And the reason why I think that is because she didn't go and tell anyone this certain secret. Do you want to know? Oh, I'm keeping it to myself. Oh, well, you keep a lot of stuff to yourself when you're lying about it. But yeah, she's getting this hat. I'm really proud to see her stoop down even higher than where she was before. Bit of an oxymoron, but it's very true. And with how obnoxious she's been on TikTok Live with the dancing and singing Defying Gravity 1,000 times over, I can only imagine this is going to get much, much worse from here. The glazing tour on herself will be out in full force, despite everything going on around her. And speaking of that, obviously, even though we've been so long, I've still got more about her situations that she's been in. One of them with a guy called Robert, who ended up meeting Elphaba allegedly a couple of weeks ago in a club, and he manages to bring forward a couple more things around Elphaba which not only corroborate the sort of ideas of what she's like, not only outside but also in her lives and as a person, but it also makes sense in context.
So, shall we set the record straight about Elphaba then? So, considering she wouldn't let me on the live, and she's kind of dramatised this entire thing, let me explain what actually happened. So, over the course of March, April, May and June, over the course of 4 months, we saw each other about 7 times. The last time we saw each other was in Cruise 101, which is a nightclub in Manchester, which is open until about 5 in the morning on the weekends. And I was completely on my own as my mates weren't let into the club. And I saw Elphaba, and obviously I'd already been familiar with Elphaba, and Elphaba was like, "Are you on your own?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." And kindly, Elphaba let me join them.
I'll never understand people who come on trying to expose her after being friends with her. Like, how are you trying to be friends with someone like this? This is where credibility somewhat goes in the nicest way possible to you, Robert, because how can you be friends with someone who is like that in the first place?
But after I'd already joined them, Elphaba was kind of making some strange remarks towards me, which really gave me quite uncomfortable. She also did, sort of did like a stripper dance, like while staring at me. It was weird. It was strange. I'll release the video if you want, but there is someone who's already got the video and released it.
Please, 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 we need to see this video. We need to see the stripper dance while staring at you. I've seen quite a few of her in a club, and none of them are a brilliant sight.
And she was with her group of friends, and she was constantly asking me to buy her a drink. I was like, no, I don't think I have the money for it. And then her friends started piling on, and there was like 4 of them, one of me, and they were all just asking me to buy her a drink. So I caved, and then they kept asking me to keep buying her drinks. So I ended up buying her 4 drinks in Cruise 101 the last time we saw each other. She claims that the first time we saw each other, I insisted on buying her a drink in Ombar. By the time we met, Ombar had closed, and me and my mate were ready to go home. You just happened to be stood outside when Ombar was closed, and I came up to you and got a picture. Don't try and spread a false narrative about me, man. Like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad person. At the end of the day, your friends push me to buy you a drink, push me to pay for the pizza at the end of the night.
This also somewhat corroborates what Winnie was saying, where she gets people, lads specifically, to buy her stuff. I don't know why she does this. It might be a power play on her part, maybe, where she's trying to be like, get attention. I don't know. It's like a admission that you're attracted to someone or interested in someone, so maybe that's what she takes it as. But it's creepy and it's weird. And why is she pressuring people into this?
And yeah, you did help me out, and you helped me out a little bit with pricing for my taxi. Obviously, we all got in the Uber and then me and you got out at your house, and we were sat in the kitchen for like 4 hours just talking about things. And then I made that video, the video that I got so much hate from for associating myself with you, the video that could have ruined a reputation if I'd have had one online. Yeah, that video. You forget about that though. I recorded a video to explain what had happened at the takeaway, where you started growling at people. You started growling at people when someone started on you because you were being a weirdo and pushed in front of everyone. So I made that video to try and help you out, clear up your image. You helped me out with getting me closer to where I lived, so that I didn't have to pay so much for a taxi. And at the end of the day, I didn't even need to do that, but I still did it anyway, because that was me trying to be a decent friend to you. But you're there saying that I wasn't a good friend and you can't trust me anymore.
Very typical for Elphaba to push things on people and then to go and chat shit about them. But this is exactly why I presume she's saying now that she wants people on the same social standing, because this guy doesn't have a reputation on social media. Because he doesn't have that, he is more susceptible to being able to do stuff like this and get away with it if he was lying. And I don't think he's lying in the slightest here. She wants people that have quote-unquote reputations despite hers being absolutely terrible around her, because that will end up in, I don't even know, like, it's mutually beneficial. It's legit just for clout, let's be honest. And she thinks that people like this are cloutless trying to get clout from her, when in reality it's just people that are normal people that are being treated like shit by you and your friends, and apparently they're the problem. And no, Elphaba, they're not the problem. So I'm sorry that this guy had to go through this stuff with Elphaba. It seems that it is a pattern and a theme in the alleged nature of what she's doing, and it once again highlights her as a cretin. I'd also thought I'd give a quick update on the Harley situation, which I did cover in my last video. I said that everything was allegations, but then I ended up maybe stirring the pot a little bit by just explaining and bringing equivalences to how this situation has been handled with multiple others. Harley accused Elphaba of doing some terrible things to him that was not consensual. And I toed the line of, well, I tried talking to the person and I didn't get a response, so I don't know how to handle this from here. But he was supposedly speaking to the police about it. And well, the problem is, after speaking to multiple people that also are in the know about this, but also have very broken thoughts around and bits of information around it, I'm not sure where to take it. Like, for example, here, Harley is on a TikTok live talking about the situation. And he's also posted multiple different TikToks, things like this, around the situation, which I find a little bit weird. If you're trying to take it to the police and you've got limited information and knowledge, if you post something publicly, that becomes inadmissible. That cannot be used in the court of law because its judge is swayed by that sort of thing. So for Harley to be not only on a TikTok live talking about the allegations, but also saying that he's going to the police and then showing all the evidence that he has on it, just makes me think that there is much more that needs to be looked into. So I just wanted to apologise for somewhat being dismissive towards Elphaba around this situation, because I've seen multiple things like this happen around her before, and I just hope the correct course of action, if Harley has gone to the police, comes out of it, no matter which way it goes to. Like I said, Elphaba gets a lot of negative stuff that isn't right against her, and everything needs to be right. Elphaba gets so much pegged to her, absolutely loads, an insurmountable amount of things, and it really allows her to go on the guilt complex and worry about everything that she's doing in life, which could potentially be right or wrong. But I won't lie, she comes across as quite a bit of a pity party at times, such as here.
Oh, I actually can't believe I've been through so much. And it's just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, wow. I've gone through being exploited, I've gone through people trying to dox where I live, I've gone through people trying to take photos of me in public where I travel, I've gone through people trying to laugh at me and, you know, take pictures of me.
The simple remedy for things like this, Elphaba, is to just not be a horrible person, and then it all comes, but it's too late for you now because you've tarnished a bridge. The only bridge that you had, if you had one.
And then people say I've got a victim complex when they actually make me the victim, when they give me their time, then they bully me, and then they try and say that's not their fault, so they disregard what they're doing to me. So it's kind of like, fuck everyone, I can't be arsed.
And I can't be arsed with you either, trying to say the exact same thing again and again and going down a different pathway. It's very right that some of the stuff that people do shouldn't be doing it towards you. But then also, you make it so much harder for yourself at every single turn. And genuinely, if you didn't do 1%, even 10% of the things that you have said that you have got away with, you would be in a much better position. But I need a violin to play for this, because I feel sorry for her. She has caused every single thing in her life to go wrong. And it's only right that a lot of people are going to dislike her and hold her to it the entire way through. And I think they should do, minus all of the terribleness that some of the nasty side of the people do. One thing we definitely have learnt today from Elphaba is that she is in a constant cycle of going through drama, getting caught out, and being upset about it. And instead of taking accountability for anything that she has done, she will instead reflect on it by saying that everyone else is the problem. Whether she's pissed did a bottle talking about mental health and then going out and doing stuff which is totally adverse to it, or she's getting exposed and then exposing the person by saying that they're a bit poor and they just want to bump up their OF. She is always just trying to be a person on the TikTok app that could just do whatever she wants. She is also always running from her past, and whenever her past is mentioned, she will bring up qualifiers of everything that she has done, such as, oh, well, I wasn't lying, I was just misunderstood. And my question would be, how many times can you get misunderstood before it ends up actually just being a lie? Even though, with what you're saying, it literally was a lie anyway. She's a character that I've covered for a year now, and throughout this year, it's been quite a bit of the same, because it is a cycle for Elphaba. She gets bored, she goes on TikTok live 16 hours a day, she gets in trouble, and then when she gets in trouble, she deflects, she lies, every way through, just to try and stay onto her relevancy, or not only stay onto her relevancy, just keep getting the numbers up in her live, because that's all that matters. She even gets a lot of gifts from her haters, which I find really weird, to be honest. Why are you promoting this? You're helping her live. But the constant promotion and cycles that she goes through, they are self-absorbing, and they are something which will disintegrate over time, which is what you're seeing now with her getting under 1,000 viewers on live every single time. Back in the heyday, she were on 4 or 5k viewers, and she was loving it. And no wonder she's projecting so much about relevancy and things like that. Who cares about relevancy? Oh, relevance is important. I need to be on the same length as you, because her empire's crumbling before her very eyes, and she is very upset by it. But what I do want to know is, what do you lot think? Please do let me know in the comments. This has been a real roller coaster. I've really enjoyed covering all of this, and also I am struggling now. My prefrontal lobe is starting to fire wrong. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button and subscribe, because I would love to see you back, and I would love to do another video on this soon. It won't take long, will it? Considering this has been 2 months and it's nearly 2 hours. It's probably longer than 2 hours at this point. But for now, I've been Jake Baz, and I will see you later. Take care.